Hold on. He said, if any glitchy, shady shit. What is he talking about? What the hell is he talking about? That shit don't even make no sense.
Got the pressure. Oh, y'all doing this right now?
What was I about to say? Put your voices on don't be shared. Like, go to party settings, and then go to live voice, put don't be shared, so niggas can't hear us talk. So everybody can just watch it. Party settings, like, and then go to live voice, be shared, put on do not allow. Alright, cool.
Young Gerald. Yeah. Die line with the boom pow. Every week now I switch to a new style. 212s in the back just blew out. Everything I do end up in the news now. Yeah. Lead a club with a few now. Just some Hollywood and they do. I'm in the mood now. 2 a.m. What you wanna do now? What you wanna do now? Little baby pass. Don't spill on me. That's Margella. Got this Oakland game to tell her. She look familiar. Like Coachella, what's her name? Isabella,
Hello everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's officially winning time in the NFL. In today's wildcard matchup, victory is the only option for these two teams. It's the Rams going up against the Saints.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A huge play there right off the bat. 56 yards on the ground. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Gurley again here on first down. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. It's Mariota. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. First carry now for Reggie Bush. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. 3rd and long here for Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Mariota now on second down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Yeah, the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. That's caught at the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. To throw Mariota. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Down right around the 25. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac. If you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
7 yards to go on 2nd down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Again they run with Gurley. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
And it is still early, just the 1st quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we still got 3 quarters to go.
We'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And now they'll run it here off tackle. And oh, he coughed it up. but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They'll try the air now with Gone. Looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The drive starts with Reggie Bush. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And he's got Snead. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They give to Bush going right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a third down and 5 to start things out. Play action. Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. There he goes right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They'll start on the ground with Bush. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Escaping the pressure right, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. give left side. Bush. And some room to maneuver. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
First down, Mariota. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A first down throw for Mariota. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now Gurley. And some room to Todd Gurley. Wave goodbye. 30, 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big run there by Gurley. 67 yards. And now they'll run it here off tackle. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tavon Austin from 17 yards out. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
On first down, they stick with Bush. They find some open field here. A nice carry there of 15 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Give him 18 yards on that one. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
I'm on fucking defense, bro.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Shift together here from the D-line. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On the toss, it's Gurley. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Room to run inside the 40.
Oh,
and
my
he takes
God.
this one down all the way near the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll go again with Bush. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Daniel. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. 1st and goal, Bush. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Daniel.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go. Green, 30.
Back to throw, Daniel. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Ted Ginn in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints get a bit closer. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the 2nd quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is, if they take the ball down to start the 2nd half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And now they'll run it here off tackle. Oh, good move. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. Worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Runs through the contact. Flush to his right. This is caught by Ginn. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot. Completion.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Daniel. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dominique Easley with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Austin. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big run there by Gurley. 49 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll get him down right about the 20. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense.
And there he goes. Reggie Bush, the 20. 10, and he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now let's go. Green, over. No. Check. Patriot. Here we go.
A give. This is Bush. And some room to work. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll hand it off to Bush. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll keep it in the hands of Bush. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They go play action here on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Trying to punch it across with Bush. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Daniel going to throw. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. And it's 3rd down and goal. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. He's got it, and it's 24-17. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Another carry now for Gurley. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. On first down, it's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And tough starting field position here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30.
Bush on the toss. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's not a call you see every day. A toss play inside their own 10-yard line. Takes a little bit of brass right there, and they were able to get a little bit of yardage.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Off play action, Daniel. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Austin. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. following the penalty. It's Gurley. And he's got some space here. Good move by Gurley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives insane.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff for Gurley. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold here. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Tavon Austin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is intercepted.
Yo.
John Johnson with the INT. And he will...
Yo, that's garbage. You see what they did to
Talking about
Reggie,
possessions being at a
That's
premium in these
freaking
games,
garbage,
and now
bro.
in this situation, throwing an interception here
That's
when
garbage,
you have to
man.
claw your way back in, that
Put me
one's
like
gonna
10
hurt,
yards
and in a
behind the
big
ball,
way.
and I'm trying to spot up with it. Wait, you put me 10 yards behind the ball.
Now
Look
Gurley,
at after
hand
controlling
off
him,
left.
bro.
And he's got room.
And that's
And a
crazy,
nice
bro. Like,
carry
how we
there,
really couldn't
15
tackle Gurley once
yards.
again, bro.
Got to figure now,
That's
after
the
getting
only
that
reason,
turnover,
so.
they're just going to be happy to
And
keep the
a
ball
bunch
on the
of,
ground, right?
Turnovers,
This is where
bro. That
covering the
shouldn't have happened.
football, taking care of the ball,
Dog.
all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance
It
of
don't
ending
make
up
no
winning
sense,
this game.
man. We come up and I'm done. That's all I'm
Gurley
doing.
again here on 1st down.
Ain't no
And not much
passing.
running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and
Like,
9.
yeah,
Offensively,
I can't
with
knock
the
it.
lead,
Like,
you want to run the ball,
taking
keep the
advantage
clock
of what the
going,
game
but
is giving you.
You also
That's
want to
all you
still
can
kind
do.
of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back
Like,
on
you know,
your
when I'm
heels?
letting up
Think about
300
all the
yards like
practices
that,
we've
bro.
watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he
Like,
pulls
come
him
on,
over.
bro. Keep on.
Brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the 1st down yardage there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And you know that's garbage, bro.
So they pick up the first down
But
after the
that's
run,
not skill,
and now
bro.
they approach for the fresh set.
Exactly, son. Like, come on, bro.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And able to
Not
push
real,
his way
bro.
forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Nigga ready to get
Able to stay in bounds, and the
maintained,
clock
but, like,
keeps
come
rolling.
on,
And this
bro.
defense
Like,
right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand
that's
tall
really
quickly.
all it is,
Been in this
bro.
spot
Run,
before.
run,
Now there's a
run.
little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Especially like John Johnson shit, bro.
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. And now here's a carry heading left.
Like, stuff like that should
No
happen,
gain there
bro.
on the
But
play,
that's
and
not
that's going to
that
leave
wasn't
them
happening
with a
in
4th
game.
down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. Then you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this
Okay, we
point.
missed
Being
Mary
3
on
scores
third down,
down,
bro. We
I
get
think
all
that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Here we go now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now, and that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. They go play action with Daniel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
5 of my defensive niggas, and I'm Jeep saying ain't nobody getting pushed back.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. Good move by Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football.
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football.
If that was me,
you're going to run into a stacked
Reggie
defensive
Bush,
front, which is why they were throwing the
running,
football
running,
before.
don't have to
Trying
pass,
to make sure they just get their backs,
turnovers,
really
like,
beat up in that situation.
Come on, bro.
Now, good luck
Not
to
even
them.
like,
And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that
It
right
happened
now.
last game
Maybe
too.
not in the moment,
but
but once they
you
get
was
away
able to
from
pass
it a
a
little
bit
bit
more,
and they
bro.
get to their
That
off-season
just goes
program,
to show, like,
and they'll
that's
start to
just the
talk
game
about
doing
that. And I
whatever
like how
it
you
wants to
framed
do,
it,
bro.
building
Like,
blocks.
it's
You
no
know,
way
building
that
this
all your ball
program
carrier
up.
moves work
And one of my
every
favorite
single
coaches always
time.
talks about
It
brick
takes out
by
half
brick,
my
you
defense
build
that's
a
pursuing to
program.
the ball.
And
Like,
this is one of those
but when I
bricks
get
to
on
build
offense
them
and I
towards
do
the
it,
next
it's not the
season,
same
where they
result.
think they have a chance to
And my
advance
running back
farther in
is
the
way better than
playoffs.
your running back. That's just garbage. And I believe I have a better offensive line than you. So it's like, come on, it don't even add up. It don't make sense. You in this game didn't have to pass at all and relied on my turnovers, really.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon
That's why
Gunn.
I'm
You've
not
been
worried.
watching the NFL
All I
on
need is
EA
linebackers,
Sports.
bro.
For more, find us
They
on
treating us
Twitter
dirty 'cause we
at
don't
EA
have,
Madden NFL.
top-notch linebackers. Like,
Till next time, we say
can't
so
tackle.
long from the Bayou.
was very much missed. So was Cam Jordan. We did all right.
Know your place, yeah, know your place, yeah. I got like right now, I'm impatient. I got women on the cell trying to give me. I still wish it would, I still wish them well, yeah. Put my pride
I don't even think like the run is just working. It's something's not right with that, bruh. It don't even make sense. Like, it shouldn't be that efficient. Like, and that's not me, bruh. I don't give up those yards, bruh, and you know that. You know that for a fact.
They talking like they next door. I still treat them like so. Showers on the way. I've been working 25 hours every day. Pull up with the bands, have them dancing in the rain.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I really don't understand that. Yo. That's insane, yo.
Know your place, yeah, know your place, yeah. I got like right now, I'm impatient. I got women on the cell trying to give me.
Something's not right with that, yo.
Wish it would, I still wish them well, yo.
Like, if you can do that, I should be able to do that too. Like, it don't make sense. I got a better offensive line than you and a better running back. So, like, come on. What does it take?
Promises and wishes, candles for my exes now. Ain't no fingers let to count my blessings out. Promises and wishes, try me, it's been different now. No rings for the things, I gon' miss them now. Promises and wishes, why would I ever start celebrating? Why would I ever start celebrating?
You see both hours.
I'm naming all the hearts I've been breaking. I'm naming all the
You
hearts
can see the
I've
top,
been
you know,
breaking.
what he previously picked and what I previously picked. We
I've
talking
been
about.
working 25 hours every day. Pull up with the bands, have them dancing in the rain. Pull up with the bands.
Nigga, he's not talking about the plays that I pick before I pick it. He's talking about after he runs them.
Like right now, I'm impatient. I got women on the cell trying to give me. I still wish it would, I still wish them well, yeah. Know your place, yeah, know your place, yeah. I got
Why did they ever see that?
right now, I'm impatient. I got women on the cell trying to give me. I still wish it would, I still wish them well, yeah.
Nigga, I can't believe I couldn't juke. Yeah, I know everybody had about that, but that's not. I can't, like, I don't even know what to say about that, bruh. What kind of game is that, yo? Answer that.
Young Gerald.
What kind of game somebody does not make a completion but just runs and gets it every single time? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like a lot of turnovers, son. I don't understand how it happened, but it happened. I'm not even worried about that at all. I just don't understand it, bro. Like, I had a better run and a better running back, bro.
Forget it.
You just hit the move, everybody gets kicked out, bro. Everybody.
Got some places we can go. Lot y'all got me speaking slow like, yeah, I'm blessed. I don't GA. You tryna yes on yes.
So we wasn't worried about this thing.
Say less. You ain't got, you ain't go. Say less. Yeah. Say less. Hey girl, what it do? If you got friends, cool, bring a few through.
Yeah, you really don't make sense.
Now R.I.P. Nate Dogg, this too true. And you know what I'm down for. Round 2, round 3, and a round 4. Move switch when she knocked at the front door. Next up was the uproar. Yeah, was like a week ago, but we both know how weekends go. Tryna tuck off, got some places we could go. Swear she got the like wow.
Nigga, I really feel like they did me like that because I had no linebackers,
Yes
bro.
on yes.
Man, I don't understand that.
Say less. Say less.
You can't say they didn't look like nothing when we had our quarterback out and our best defensive player out. But you can't say that. Yes, you did not notice Mariota was out.
I swear this lock shot got me stuttering.
Nigga, okay, so he's supposed to just keep running the ball, bro, and get 40 yards rushing?
My favorite rush.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's an unheard of, bro. It doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Even without Cam Jordan, son. Like, they making it seem like the troops and stuff, son. They making it seem like I really don't know, son. It just don't make no sense. Like, every time you hit one juke move, 10 people is out the way, son. And we couldn't halt nobody, but his linebackers that play the D-line is running downfield, pursuing to Reggie Bush, catching him. To be specific, Robert Quinn. Come on, man.
You ain't got, you ain't go. Say less. Say less.
And the best of that game, I can't say that, bro. I can't say that, bro. He hasn't passed the ball on that defense, bro. He took what the game allowed him to do, bro. You can't knock him on that, bro. If that was anybody else, bro, anybody else would have did the same exact thing he did, bro.
Picture me putting my city all over the map. There was a believers I had to get even in mad.
Like, it's not even just a play.
We coming up, pulling up, jumping all over your grass. So tell them I got a new girl. Set up that I'm begging on one of my 50s in cash. I'm tired of living check to check.
You was throwing short passes, bro.
Smiling in my grave, fresh to death. I've been Wu-Tang with a spectre deck. Yeah, I got that. I gotta just get off my chest. I cannot miss it. Got last on my list and you next. Take it how you want it. I ain't famous like I want it, but I think I might just skirt off. Blow the speakers and turn up. Pop up. Go to church with my shirt off. Tell the Lord that I'm here now. I've been waiting for so long. I've been patient for so long. Breaking rules like there's no laws, and I did it for a long time. If you don't like me, take a ticket. There's a long line. Nice to meet me. I think the pleasure's on.
Nigga, you don't know what's gonna happen, bro. Just put it like that. You don't know what's gonna happen, bro. Cause I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's not football, bro. That's just the game, bro. Like, I never experienced nothing like that, bro.
So, what you mean? Hold up. Whoa. What you mean?
And he knows that's not me, bro. I don't let up things like that, bro.
Adrenaline popping, the blood will be leaking and
Not
run.
even last match.
Yeah. I do what I do, I don't care if you like it or love it.
like I said, that's not even just the plays he was picking. So it didn't matter what plays he was picking, just as long as he put the ball in his hands.
I'm tired of living on the edge. I want it, they gon' call the feds. I just bought a cost an arm and leg. My mama told me take it back and get a job instead.
It's not even just taking about the passing game, Put. Put, I don't think you understand how the game works, Put.
Take it how
I
you
really
want
don't.
it. I ain't famous like I want it, so I might just throw it if he fit. Call him Cassie after she broke up with Diddy, yeah. I told Shorty if she talking, I ain't. And she gon' call her friends up and we did, whoa. I ain't
Like I said, turnovers wasn't really on
I ain't
me.
in your top 10, go for bridge. My black boys, I boys that knock off your lid. I thought y'all gon' pop off, so hop off my. What you mean?
Well, because he was running the ball like I was. I mean, like I said, he did what the game gave him, bro.
Listen, I don't trust her. So
He'll be
no,
stupid.
I said, what you mean? Whoa.
He know what I'm worthy of. He ain't stupid.
You thought it was finished, you thought it was over. You thought it retired, you thought it was fishing with Kobe. I'm still as ill as considered as one of the coldest. Still a put a partner rapper here like Moses. I'm throwback like a molar roller. I'm cooler than a cup of yogurt. Black flag boy, truck soldier. I'm cool with laws and ayatollahs. Rap guards like cops and all.
We was really getting
King
chased out
Kong
like
and
that, bro.
nobody told you. You think Rose still. And Bobby Brown about to boogie. Paul McCartney, I'm rich. I'm Muhammad Ali, I talk. I'm James Brown about to tear down this. I'm Michael Jackson, some bad as bag gon' get it. What you mean?
Yeah, but he's not fast enough to jump no route like that, yo. He's the 85 speed.
Yeah. Pulling up with the crew.
That's the thing, like, that's what really, I was just like, wow. That's why I threw it, son, because I knew that.
This was designed with the stars, the square and the cross.
Yeah, like, my tight end came up and boom, fuck this, bro. I was like, oh, I'm throwing that.
It's a shame, rhyme, crime. It's a shame they let us jump out of Bentleys with dirty vans, hit the stage for 15 minutes, get 30
Catch the ball
bands.
interception. I said, okay. I'm not even worried about that. Like,
Since I came in, it made my name a name brand.
and then I had to punt it on that last drive, but he stopped me. That's what really, like, helped it out. Because I know if I had Mariota, bro, that would have been a different game, bro. Even Cam Jordan.
I'ma be some type of role model. I go full throttle, desperado. That's the motto. Vic in Chicago is Hugh Hefner the grotto. Brazilian model, she mean mugging like Frida Kahlo. Drinking it with an Alicia Machado.
We gonna get our linebackers and we'll be back. That's when we'll have us, you know, a bowl game. We good. We was supposed to be nowhere near a damn Super Bowl, bro.
So we know true north. Smiling with 50 carats in my jaw. The law, it's a shame, rhyme. Young Vic the diamonds, finest. I shine like puff shines if I sign to the rock cause I'm timeless. Top off the Mozzie, my behavior is mindless. On kids, we major, you mindless. Fresh out the cell to the booth, drop the roof. I'm still in the hood, tell, shoot. Hope with a club. The judge, you rappers is false flagging, you a fashion. Cause what you know about what's Velo?
Major bro stay getting hurt every game, bro, but coming back, like, it's just annoying, bro.
Music, you can blame Reagan. I'm ball mayor without paying. Y'all playing, we playing. My Himalayan. The lotto, that's a sacrificial lamb. I'm season cam, no matter blam. Pulling up with the crew. Must have done same with the roof. You sitting looking stupid on the stoop. I would take notes if I were you.
This was designed with the stars, the square and the cross, so we know true north.
We always start off like that, 21-3, son. That's crazy, son.
Every other night I'm outside with the. You ain't got chips. The world, you got chips. You could the next man's girl. Sounds harsh, but they been ripped apart my world. The way Kiss told it should never be misquoted. The that you wave on the camera, we've been toting. Selling love potion my whole rap career. So your streams and downloads could never match the kids. We could go foreign for foreign until it's boring. My sheep will keep jumping the fence until you're snoring. Street poetry, I'm more Wale for Lauren. Till the world is mine like Illmatic and Lauren. Written on a to a table full of fresh skin in the type of rappers we know. Got the right numbers on it. Burn the Carter down like I'm Nino.
Pulling up with the crew. Oh my goodness. Must have done same with the
Reggie Bush fumbled. Like, a lot of stuff happened at the wrong time, bro. Like I said, that's why I don't believe in that home field stuff. I really don't. But nah, man, like we was hitting Gurley and all them the same way, bro. Hitting all them the same way, bro.
With the feeling, and you ride it back away. Crash into the sparks can come together.
You your own man, man. You make your own decisions.